Hello, we've just received the verdict from the judge in the case of Adam Smith Connor. She has found Adam guilty of his silent prayers. This is a shocking verdict. Adam, what would you like to say on receiving this verdict?
Well, I just want to thank everyone for the support over the last 2 years. Since I was first accused of this thought crime on the 24th of November 2022. Psalm 22 verse 10 says, "When my father and mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me." I served our great nation for 20 years as an Army reservist. I continue to serve my local community as a physiotherapist and a church volunteer. I never imagined that the nation I love and has been so good to me in the past could turn on me for doing nothing more than offer up a prayer for my deceased son. I felt like my government had forsaken me, but the Lord has taken care of me, surrounded me with prayer, and provided me with an excellent legal team with ADF UK. I want to thank everyone who's been praying for justice in this court case. I've received messages of support from across Britain, America, Italy, and even in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Christ. I'm extremely saddened that the judge has found me guilty. This marks a dark and dangerous day for our nation, setting a legal precedence that thought crimes can occur in England. When George Orwell wrote 1984 in the year 1948, he meant it as a warning, not as a guidebook. It seems Orwell's predictive powers were off by 40 years, but apart from that, the notion that thought crime could become established in the British legal system was sadly accurate. 2 years ago,
So this goes for another few minutes. A lot of you have seen it, but we're actually joined now by a very special guest on 2C TV. Lewis Clatchy Miller, the spokesperson for the ADF International, obviously fights for freedom. Everybody, welcome to the channel, Lewis. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Well, I'm shocked, to be honest. I'm still recovering. I was at the court, as you saw, with Adam this week, and it did feel like an era-defining ruling for Great Britain. Obviously, it's been devastating for Adam. He is now in a situation where he has to pay £9,000 for his silent thought. Well, even more so, perhaps, it's a devastating ruling for those who care about freedom in the United Kingdom, and whether you're a Christian, whether you believe in the pro-life views, or whether you're pro-abortion. I think we can all look at this and say, my goodness, haven't we come a long way if we are finding people guilty on the basis of their thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there've been a lot of liberal media in Bournemouth and all those areas, and nationally speaking as well. The liberal side have been going around saying that Adam and a lot of you guys have actually been going around harassing people and targeting people. And so, what objectively speaking, I mean, your opinion aside, the truth that you see exactly what happened. So, what was he actually doing? Was he actually doing anything illegal in terms of targeting people, or was he just standing and silent praying? What was the truth?
Of course not. And the council who prosecuted him confirmed this. The police who witnessed him confirmed this. Adam was silently praying in his head for about 3 minutes before he was interrogated as to the nature of his prayers. Now, that was never in dispute at the trial. It was not in dispute in the judge's ruling. It's very clear that this was about his silent prayer. The judge in the ruling also emphasized that Adam had bowed his head slightly as he was praying, and she leant heavily on that fact to say, well, then people would have known, perhaps if they'd seen you, that you would have been praying, and therefore you've been breaking the buffer zone. It was quite ludicrous, really, to hear such an analysis, and to say that because somebody might have known that he was praying, he's therefore guilty of expressing approval or disapproval of abortion, which is what is technically banned in that zone. And it also prevented us from getting to the heart of the question. Can a silent prayer, imperceptible, unseen, really be a crime? We still don't have clarity after that ruling.
So the other thing that the liberal media have been saying is that he was just outside the door of the clinic and basically kind of essentially harassing the people. Was he literally just outside the door, or was he away from it?
No, he was standing in a public green. It was actually across the street. And to the side of the clinic. And he actually stood by a tree because he wanted to, and he stood with his back to the clinic, so he wanted to be sure not to be seen as trying to engage with anyone. He wanted kind of to be standing peacefully on his own without interruption and without being seen to be approaching or anyone like that. So he took every precaution possible to stay out of trouble, but unfortunately it was the basis of his thoughts that led to his prosecution.